Asia, can start now.
Okay. Hi, hello everyone. So since we are talking about Let's Speak English Everyday program, so my idea is that we do a cultural dress appropriation presentation, which is like we give info or a dress that is cultural in Malaysia. For example, like baju kurung, maybe cheongsam or whatever that is traditional wear to groups. They form groups and then they need to do a presentation about the dress. So since they are primary school, so they must not have their own phones, right? So maybe we give them the info about the dress, and then from that info they need to do a presentation later, which is need them to do it in whatever way they want, as long as it's creative and can attract people to know about the dress. So this, for me, can help students learn critical skills and also presentation skills to learn to communicate themselves about something they want to tell people. So I think it is relevant to do in this program, because when we want to speak something, we need to know to be confident about it and learn the right words and language to attract people. So that is my idea. So I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Adila.
Alright, hello everyone. So I propose that we organize a language based treasure hunt. Where students solve clues and find hidden items related to English language learning, and each clue or item can involve a language related challenges, encouraging the student to use English actively. So from that, the benefit engages students in a fun and educational activity, promote and also promote teamwork, and can make them more collaborations. This activity also can reinforce vocabulary and language skill in an interactive way. And this way we can do for this activity, divide students into small group or teams and prepare clues related to English word and phrases. So we can hide item or clues in different locations around the school, and set a time limit for each teams to complete the treasure hunt. So I propose this activity can make students improve their English language. Yes, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Fatima.
So I would propose an activity called Build Your Story, where these 100 students will be divided into 10 groups with 10 people per group, and they have to pick a word, and they should create a story using each word each other picked, and make a story out of these random words that they get. So this activity not only builds their confidence to speak in front of their friends, but also creates a more casual speaking style, because most of these students are primary school students. So rather than giving them so much burden to speak in English, this would create a platform for them to speak more casually and learn simple phrases that they can use daily in their lives, and make English not so difficult for them to practice. Not only that, when each of them have to vote out a word, this creates belief in your teammates, that your teammate can carry the story how you want it, despite how good their English is, they can still carry the story well. So that is the activity that I propose. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Lastly, Khairul Anwar.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. And firstly, I would like to propose about my idea for my activity for the events, which is role play workshops. The title itself is self-explanatory, which is the students from SK3 Wangi do a lot of role play about their daily life, or even a lot of other activities such as job interviews, business meetings, or even traveling, because these activity are actually represent real life scenarios for them that actually very good for them to gain confidence to speak English and also polish their English skills, which is this activity is also engaging towards the students because they are representing what they are doing in a real life scenarios. So we as a community member need to address them a topic such as for the job interviews or business meetings, or for the traveling part, we give them the script and just make them to do a role play that would help them to create the real life scenarios in their head, so they become prepared to the real world situations where they went to other places, or when they are eventually then they are actually prepared to speak English whenever they are whenever they are doing in their own life. So I guess that's my idea for today. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so now you are going to choose based on this color for your position. Okay, so this will decide what is your role in the meeting. Okay, everyone choose one. Just put it on your table. Okay, so green chairperson, okay, black committee member 1, orange committee member 2, and red committee member 3. Okay, so now you have 2 minutes to prepare. Remember, do not discuss, just prepare your own points. So you may stick to your own points, or later you can, perhaps if you want to change your points, no problem. Okay, but just remember during the discussion later on, you need to discuss to choose only 2 activities. Okay, remember the collaborators, the materials, the duration, the problems, as well as the feasibility of the activity. Okay, so preparation start now. Okay, so now you have 20 minutes. Okay, chairperson, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and thank you for your attendance at today's meeting. So, as you guys know, we will have tour, which is Let's Speak English Every Day at SK Sriwangi on 18 March 2024, which is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So this involves 100 of primary school students. So we will need a few activities. So for today, maybe 3 final activities that we will be doing during this program at the school. So I would like to ask. I would like to ask Sarah, Miss Sarah, to maybe perform, to present your ideas first.
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. So my proposed idea for the activity is an activity called Build Your Story. So I propose that these 100 primary school students should be parted into 10 different teams, where each team has 10 members. So they have to pick a phrase from a jar, and that phrase is secret. So they can't tell others what the phrase is. And they have to use that phrase to create a story, and that story goes on among these 10 people in the team. And each person has to use that phrase creatively to continue the story however they like. So I believe that this activity not only builds confidence for primary school students to speak out in public in English, but also teaches them how to casually speak in English using simple phrases that they've already known and already learned to create a simple story. Besides that, picking phrases out of the jar also teaches them new phrases that they could use in their daily life, and increases their vocabulary. And it also creates belief and confidence in their teammates on how they will bring the story, and their strength in English would help their team to create a good story. So that's what I think. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Miss Sarah. There is any courses for this activity we need to prepare?
For this activity, we only need to prepare a jar and some pieces of paper which is written with the word. Other than that, there's nothing else that we need to prepare for this activity.
That sounds like a very good idea. So, for my idea previously, I propose we can do the linguist this treasure hunt. So, from this activity, we can make the student more confidently in works in team and be effectively to solve the problem where they must work together and try to solve in team and try to make this activity successful for the end of this activity. So I think this activity also can make them more more actively in thinking more in English, and can make them expand and alert for the English language. So that's all for me.
What about Mr. Anwar?
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. So, great points from both of our committee member, Ms. Adila and Ms. Zara. So, my name is Anwar, and I would like to propose an idea which is called a role play workshops. So, the title of the program is the activity is actually self-explanatory. Like the students from SK Sriwangi do a role play about in their daily life. So, what are the topics that can be done, which is which is job interviews, business meetings, and also traveling, which is they do a role play. They are assigned a position, which is maybe as a tourist or even the information center and then they're gonna be role playing about the real life situation, which is the tourists asking for a toilet, or even like the students just ordering foods, or even a daily conversation between the students. So it's how this event is such has a few benefits, which is very engaging towards the students because they are working in a group, so they actually really increase their confidence as well, and it also polish their English skills, which is very essential for our students because, as you guys know, English is very important because it's one of our second spoken language in Malaysia. So we need to educate the students with a proper English for them, and then they eventually can communicate proficiently in English. So do you guys have any objection about my idea? You can just any question you can refer to me.
I
Thank
think
you very much.
Anwar's idea is good to give like a daily life example towards the students. So I think it was good, but for the topics, I think business meeting is too formal and too extra for the students, since this, well, based on our program name itself, which is Let's Talk English Every Day, it's like they don't talk this every day, so we need to learn something specific first. So it can be done probably, but maybe with a more simple and in daily life ideas. Like so, as my ideas, I think doing a cultural dress appropriation, which is, since we are Malaysian, so we have traditional dresses. So I think it's good for them to know about their traditional dresses, and also know how to communicate about our traditional things, traditional cultural things towards tourists and maybe their friends, if they have international friends that speak English, of course. So while presenting, they also need to have to do it in team, so help them to learn teamwork, and that also needs them to communicate in English, and also they need to learn words, simple words that can help attract people to know about our culture, and also unique words, or maybe unique way, creative way to attract someone to know about something. So that's my idea, but I will try comment on Miss Adila's idea, which is language-based treasure hunt. It was a good idea. It was a fun one for primary school student. That is like a major things to do, because to release their stress also, because if we just sit and do activities in one place, it will be hard for them, because kids have so many energies. So I think it's a good idea. For Ms. Zahra, I think it was good, but it was a bit simple, and maybe it will take just a short time, but we're not sure. Is it if we do Miss Eddie's activity, how long it will, that will usually takes longer, but maybe we can add that if there's more time. Okay, what about we do a round table? Maybe start with Miss Sarah.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jesse. So, I want to comment on Mr. Anwar's suggested activities for the workshop. I agree with Ms. Nishira that the topics proposed were a little too heavy for primary school students, but if the topic were a bit lighter and more conversational for students, then maybe we could try to apply this activity. But the one that I liked the most was Ms. Adila's idea, which is language-based treasure hunt. Because since we are trying to attract primary school students, it should be more creative and more fun for them to get involved and participate in the activity. So if we make a language-based treasure hunt with checkpoints and multiple activities for them to join. It would be more interactive and more effective on the students' English, and wouldn't be too overwhelming for them, especially since these schools are in rural area. I'm afraid if we do an activity that is too heavy, it will be too overwhelming for those students. I also like Ms. Inshira's cultural dress appropriation, where but I have some questions. Is this activity involve them dressing up prior to the activity held? Do they have to prepare dresses, clothes before?
We provides for them. Like for one group, have one person wearing the dress, and then info everything we give them. They just need to know how to present.
Oh, so it only involves presentation?
Yes.
Or not preparations, I see. So how long do you think the duration for this activity will take? Will it take long?
Well, for preparation, I think we'll give them like 10 to 15 minutes, and then the presentation maybe just one group about 5 to 7 minutes. So maybe it will take like 2 hours.
So they are divided into teams as well?
Yes.
I see. I like that idea because it mixes culture and also language in the same time. So it also is not too heavy for the students to carry. That's all, I think, my comment on our proposed activities. So Lila, do you have any comments?
Alright, I agree with Miss Asia also that we must have activity that students can make it as fun and interesting and very heavy. But and I am very agree also with Miss Inshi with Malaysian's culture dress talk, which is student can more be like because more be work together to think and prepare themselves to try to talk with other about the culture dress, and at the same time they can practice their English language, which speak with other international or with what we call other friends to understand what their culture dress. And so I think Miss Isi activity is more suitable for our program.
So thank you very much, Ms. Chairperson. So after doing some discussion with all of you guys, so I really love your idea, which is culture dress show, language treasure hunt, and also big your stories. Which is such a great idea as well. But we have to look at, but actually I look at the time frame of the duration of our program, which is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we have ample time to do 3 activities. So after looking back towards the proposed activity, I think my activity wasn't the best idea in this meeting. So I guess I really second the motion towards cultural dress show, which is very a great idea from Miss Nishi, because it also involves cultural dress, and then they don't have to prepare anything for the show. We provide them with the dress, and they only have to polish their presentation skills, which is very important towards the students in their early years. And then for the language treasure hunt proposed by Miss Adila is very great idea as well, because I believe students, kids, as primary school students are such young children, so they cannot be contained in a one space area. So doing them, because they have a lot of energy, so by using their energy for English skills, which is a language treasure hunt, is a great idea for Miss Adila, and I really love the idea. I really want to do about the activity. And then the last one is build your stories from Miss Sarah, which is very unique as well, because they only have to choose one word, and that one word particular is needed to be used in the stories that are written. So it also polish their presentation skills and also make use their creativity about their own stories that they want to do to present in the program. So I guess I have to disagree with my own point, my own idea. So, Mr. Chairperson, do you want to conclude this meeting?
Thank you, Mr. Andan. So, as we all agreed, so I conclude that we agreed to accept 3 activities, which is cultural dress appropriation, language-based treasure hunt, and also build your story. So we have to disagree to do one activity, which is role play workshops. So maybe we can do that later on in the next program. But so that is all. If there is no more ideas from everyone, so I declare this meeting closed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. 18 minutes.